Solo progression is a challenge in Maplestory that I've always been interested in. Being able to create your own journey and building your own account to achieve your goals is what makes Maplestory so satisfying to play. In the past, I've tried multiple times to recreate the feeling for myself where I would solo progress on a character and clear up to various milestones such as CRA. However, I've always fell short of my goals. The biggest blocker for me is that Maplestory is one of those games that really makes you want to work on only one character at a time. And I just had too many things that I wanted to work on, which made it impossible for me to finish a lot of my series. I really do love the challenge of solo progression though, which is why I'm making this series. I'm going to be leaving my past behind me, and we start on something completely fresh. A new account, a new progression, and new challenges. When making this account, I had some goals that I had to keep in mind, both in-game and personal goals. In-game, I wanted to make a character that was strong enough to solo at least up to easy Lucid, without taking any carries, and without using any guild skills. This means I am allowing myself to utilize things such as Links and Legion, but I'll have to make them myself from scratch. I will of course not be taking any form of boss carries for progression, nor will I be doing any of my bosses in a struggle party. As for personal goals, this is the biggest one for me. In the past, I've always struggled to keep myself going when it comes to doing a challenge like this. So to help with keeping myself on track, I'm going to try to stick to an upload schedule of at least one video a week. This way it will keep up my motivation for the solo progression series, because at some points the solo progression can be quite tough, and I feel like keeping myself on a consistent upload schedule will make this challenge more enjoyable for both me and hopefully you guys as well. Lastly, I just want to thank all of you guys for sticking around with me and supporting me. Hopefully I can make you guys proud with this series. It means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying the content, and I'll do my best to keep it up. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's get started. It's been a while since I've seen such an empty character select screen. It's actually really exciting seeing just a fresh account in front of me. It's also a little bit overwhelming because there's just so many things that I could do from this point. But I think for this account, I really need to start off by thinking about which of the link skills I'm going to start off with. For those who don't know, link skills are skills and passives that can be shared by other characters, and the character that has the link skill also gets it applied to themselves. The link skill can be shared once the character hits level 70, and then you can put it on other characters, and then once that specific character hits to 120, the link skill gets upgraded to level 2, and then later down the track when you get to level 210, it will upgrade to level 3. Each of the link skills give a different benefit, and there are 3 different types of link skills. The first one are the damage links, where if you equip them onto a character, typically they'll just do more damage, which makes it easier to do things like bossing and training. Then you have the EXP links from Mercedes, Aran, and Evan. These links give you more EXP while you're training, when you activate runes and when you collect combo orbs. And then the last group is the survivability links, where they typically help you live usually in bosses but also technically in training, but it's unlikely to be used for training. For this account, I think I'm going to start off actually with the damage links, or at least some of the easier ones. A lot of accounts like to start off with the EXP links, but the characters that have the EXP links are a little bit difficult to train. They're typically weaker, especially Mercedes has a pretty strong reputation of being one of the more difficult ones to train early on. So to start off this account, I'm actually going to start with Kana. The main reason for this is that Kana has a good level 2 link, which is 10% damage. And Kana overall is a pretty strong character, especially in this current patch. As of this video, Kishin hasn't been removed yet, so I want to try to take advantage to try to get this character to 120 as fast as I can. And the class is already quite strong in terms of its mobbing, so this will be a perfect start for the account. The early levels of a newer Reboot account can be challenging. Without any links and Legion created so far, training can be quite slow and can take some time. So with this in mind, for the first few characters that I'll be working on, I'm going to be doing the characters' early quests up to around level 30. For a lot of the classes anyway, their early levels up to level 30 tend to have mandatory quests, so it's not so bad to just do them. A lot of training guides recommend just grinding on mobs early on at various maps, but considering how weak my characters early on are going to be, I don't mind doing a little bit more talking in quests if it means I have to kill less mobs. So once I hit level 30, I did my second job advancement, which for Kana is just, you just get the second job advancement, which is nice. And then I started working through the various theme dungeons that you get from level 30. These theme dungeons can be accessed through the white light bulb on the left side of the screen, and they're pretty good EXP up until level 60. So usually I do Rihanna Strait, Gold Beach, and Fairy Academy, because these are just my preferred 3 theme dungeons. Technically, you can also do the 4th one, Elden Forest, if you really wanted to, but the EXP does drop if you get past level 60. So for now, I'm just going to let my character go through the theme dungeons in the background, so then I can talk a little bit more about my plan for this account. So from here, I have a few goals in mind. The first one is obviously to get my Kana to level 120, so then I can get access to the level 2 Link skill. Maybe I'll push it to level 140 for his Legion bonus, but I'll probably work a little bit more in detail on my Legion later on, just because I think the Link skills are more valuable early on. Then, once I finish that one, I'm going to be starting on the next Link skill, which I've decided to be Demon Avenger, or DA. The reason for this is because DA's Link skill is the same as Kana, so getting it to level 120 for that extra 10% damage is going to be really nice. Also, a lot of people don't really like doing DA because it's considered to be pretty weak. But up until level 120, I think DA's mobbing is actually quite fine and its damage is decent, so I'm not going to have too many complaints working on that after Kana. Once I have these 2 characters set up, I'm going to start on the EXP Link characters, which are Mercedes, Evan, and Aran. In particular, I'm going to focus on Mercedes and Evan because I think those 2 EXP Links are significantly better than Aran's, and I can go for Aran later on. Overall, I'm not really focusing on making a main character at the moment, mostly because I'm going to be waiting for the Destiny update that's going to be coming out in June. There's a few reasons for waiting for Destiny. The main one is because it's going to have a lot of different terror burnings, so I'm going to be able to quickly level up a main character and also get a lot of the benefits that you get from burning characters in general. For those of you who don't know, Maplestory likes to do something called terror burning events, where every time you level up, you get an additional 2 levels. So if you were to level from level 11, you would go from level 11 to 14. And these events are fantastic to level up to 200, and along the way you get things such as Frozen Gear, which is a set that you get at level 100, which is really good for training. And you also get temporary Fafnir gear at level 150, which are a great placeholder until you can get the actual thing yourself. Another reason why I'm going to be waiting for the Destiny update is because in the second part of Destiny, they are going to do a Explorer revamp, where all the old Explorer classes are going to get a significant boost in all aspects, including bossing and training, and I'm really looking forward to trying out the new Explorer classes, and definitely going to be maining one of them. So I just finished the 3rd theme dungeon and just hit level 64. I think from here I'm just going to get my 3rd job advancement for Kana and then probably call it for this part. So let's quickly get our 3rd job advancement. Hopefully it's just talking and cutscenes, so we don't actually have to do anything. So after looking around for a little bit to see what I had to do, turns out that I was just being dumb and I already have my 3rd job skills. So from here, Kana is very straightforward. We get a new skill called Kishin Shokan, which is this. It's a summon that does damage and it increases the spawn rate on that map. For Kana, this makes it so much easier to train. So in the next part, I'll just quickly go through some of the training spots that I go through and some of the different places and themed dungeons that I take along the way, so then I don't spend so much training. The reason for this is because our damage isn't very high to start off. You can see here my range is like a puny 1k. So until this gets a little bit higher for other characters, I'm most likely going to be doing theme dungeons along the way. So if you've seen my previous series, you can kind of see where this is going, but I guess I'll show it in the next part. Another tip I have for you guys is that from Rihanna Strait, you do get a face accessory and a belt that you can use. And these you can Star Force a little bit for an extra little damage. Doesn't really add that much, but I think at the beginning, I'm just going to take any form of damage I can get. And it's not a bad idea to just Star Force cheap items at the beginning, because you do get a little bit of money from these theme dungeons. You can see here I've done 3 of them and I have 3 mil just chilling in my inventory. And you also get spell traces from the quest lines, which give us a little bit of money as well. So anyway, I think that's just going to be it. In the next part, I'm going to try to get my Kana to 120, or at least try to get it to a higher level so we can finish off the Link skill. And then we can start working on our next Link character, which is going to be our Demon Avenger. Until then, guys, thank you for joining me on the beginning of my journey. Hopefully, we can actually succeed and get to easy Lucid. Fingers crossed that I don't actually cry and give up halfway, but yeah, we'll just see how that goes. Thank you all for watching. Wherever you guys are in the world, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next part. Take care.